Today here at Robert's Guitar Dungeon, we're checking out the ToneCore series Echo Park Delay from line 6. Before we get into the demo, I want to encourage you all to go check out a new guitar channel on YouTube called Geargasms. Geargasms is hosted by Alan Barnes, and he is a relatively new channel. He does have already quite a bit of content up already. He's working really hard, and his content is fantastic. So I strongly encourage you to go check out Alan's channel. Please subscribe to his channel as well, and show him some support because he deserves it. Now, let's hear how this thing sounds. Now, I own the majority of the pedals out of this series, or at least the ToneCores. I think of the docks themselves, I've got 4 or 5, but besides the point. I own most of them, and a few months ago, I went through and did a demo of all the ToneCore series, specifically why they were cool with the removable cores and the pedal docks and all that kind of stuff. And in that demo, for some reason, I had the Echo Park featured in that demo, and I had to cut the entire thing out of it because for whatever reason it sounded absolutely horrible in that signal chain, and I never did figure out why. And it surprised me too, because it's actually a great sounding delay pedal. Why it didn't sound good in that particular signal chain, like I said, I don't know, but I promised that I would go back and do a video and a demo specifically on the Echo Park delay itself, because of the entire ToneCore series, this is really the one that was the crown jewel of the entire series of pedals. ToneCore series pedals were designed by none other than legendary pedal designer Jeorge Tripps. Mr. Jeorge Tripps is also the genius behind Way Huge pedals. And the Saucy Box overdrive that I demoed here just a few weeks ago, which is a killer overdrive. The same guy that designed that pedal designed all of these, and the man knows what he's doing. A pedal that is, the ToneCore series pedals are no longer made, unfortunately, but you can pick these up on the used market. What is rather unique about these is for, specifically for the core and the pedal together, the stereo pedal. I've got this one on a mono dock, but it actually, when you bought it new, it actually came with a stereo dock. When you buy the core and the pedal together, they're actually worth about as much on the used market today. And maybe even a little more than they were when they were new. So these are pretty highly sought after, and they're out there. They're not that rare. They're out there, but the value's gone up on them because it's such a great pedal. If you're familiar with the DL4, the Line 6 DL4, the big 4-button green 4-button delay pedal, that one is still being made today. This is really looked at as a miniature, smaller footprint version of that pedal. And that's one thing that makes this thing so versatile, is because it'll do a lot. It doesn't have the presets and all that kind of stuff in it that one does, nor the looping features, but it does have just about everything else. Most stompbox size delay pedals like this, compact stompbox size, and though this isn't a mini pedal, it's still what I would consider a one space pedal. It would take up one space, one pedal space on a pedal board. Most of them like this, most delay pedals like this, they have a tap tempo feature on it. Usually you got to hold down the switch or something to activate the tap tempo, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do on the fly. They thought that out on this one, because there's, this one, is actually got 2 levels, or I'm sorry, it's got, 2 pressure points on the switch itself, and, you can, when you tap it softly, I'm holding this thing up to the mic so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. When you hold it, when you tap it softly, that will engage the tap tempo feature, and allow you to input that information. And then when you step on it real hard to where it clicks, that turns the pedal on and off. So, it's there's no need for an external foot switch or anything like that to be able to use the tap tempo feature on it, and the tap tempo feature is able to be used with all of these different delay models that are on here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. It's got your normal, it's got it's got a dotted eighth. I think it's got dotted eighth delay on there as well. Slapback, swell, sweep, ducking, multi 1, multi 2, which are really out there delays, at least for my taste. Ping pong and reverse. So, you can do just about any kind of delay type with it that you can imagine. On top of that, it also has the ability to turn the trails on and off. If you don't know what I mean by the trails, if the delay is running and you turn the pedal off, with a lot of delay pedals, there's no trails. And when you turn the pedal off, the trails shut off with it. Some on others, when you turn the delay pedal off in that instance, the pedal is off, but the delay will keep repeating until it's finished. Allowing for a little bit smoother transition between delay and no delay. This one actually has a switch on it that will allow you to choose one or the other. And it's that switch right there. And finally, one last thing, it even has 3 modes on it for So I read them in order: tape, digital, and analog. So, you know, at the end of that demo there, what you heard was mostly the tape delay mode, because, you know, that was obviously an old Van Halen song, and Eddie actually used an old Echo Rec. An Echoplex delay on that record, which is a tape delay. So that's the reason why I had it set there. But I primarily leave it set on in digital mode, just because I like the clean, the cleanliness of digital delay. You know, has always been my favorite. So that's primarily where I live. It has the ability to add some modulation into it. You know, it's not a lot. It's just it's a for the most part, it's a minor amount of modulation. You know, mix, repeat, and time. You know, if you're using the tap tempo feature, you know, the time knob is basically useless and won't do anything. It will, if you do adjust the time knob, whatever tap tempo you have set via the foot switch will automatically reset to default and go right to where the knob is set instead. So, one last thing to notate about this thing is a power hog. And I want to say it draws somewhere in the neighborhood of about 180 milliamps of current. So, you know, it will take a standard 9 volts, so you don't need to worry about any kind of oddball voltage adapters or anything like that. Standard 9 volt will work. You know, again, you can find these used pretty much all over Reverb and, you know, anywhere that sells used gear for, you know, 100, 150 bucks, just depending on. So while they do seem to be climbing in value, you know, they are still affordable, you know, and really a great pedal for, you know, worth every bit of what you're paying for. So, links to all the gear used in this video will be listed down in the description. As always, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the alert icon right next to it so that you do not miss out on future content of this channel. Last but not least, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if what you think of the Echo Park delay or what your favorite delay pedal might be. And one more time, go check out Geargasms. I will post a link to Alan's channel, which again is called Geargasms, down in the description below, so that you can make it easier for you fine folks to go check it out and subscribe to his channel as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.